Hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, BI4Dynamics Paradigm Shift. My name is Mladen Gvozdenović, and I am Solution Architect at BI4Dynamics. We are head office here in Slovenia, and I'm your host today. BI4Dynamics is a business intelligence for Microsoft Dynamics, and today's webinar is going to explain how we are transitioning from version 1 to version 2 in 12 years. And you may say, where were you 12 years? Like, that's not a lot from version 1 to version 2. And I agree if this is a version of the product that you are releasing. Actually, we are with the product with version 10. But we are changing the concepts, how we are delivering the business intelligence beyond the product. And this is the subject of today's session. BI4Dynamics 1.0 started 12 years ago. We have done 2 refactoring, and it's based on BI solution on-prem. It creates data warehouse analytics, it's rich in content, and it's specialized for Microsoft Dynamics. We have done over 1,000 projects, and we are happy to work with partner esittelee in Estonia and in Finland. We have done way more than 50 projects, between 50 and 100, quite a lot of projects over the 10 years. Now, you may say, what's wrong with the software that you are transitioning to version 2? And there are quite big changes. The first thing is that it is going to be a cloud-based BI solution. It's going to have absolutely the same content that we are known for in industry. And the fabric that it is based on, it will allow us way more integration of other products and services. And since we are investing a lot in our product, it will allow more user self-service. So we will look actually what BI4Dynamics 2.0 means in terms of the business intelligence beyond data warehouse. And we continue with our webinar explaining what BI4Dynamics 1.0 is. So first, my background. I started Microsoft Dynamics practice more than 25 years ago, and for a good time we have been implementing Microsoft Dynamics here in Slovenia, Croatia, and Serbia. And over the 15 years of Dynamics practice, we have delivered more than 100 projects, and we had on the top 100 plus employees. We were quite good in this Microsoft Dynamics, delivering NAV, BC, AX, and CRM. Now, in order to standardize the reporting, we invented BI4Dynamics, which is a data warehouse-based solution for reporting and analytics. And I've sold the company in 2012, and all this time we are delivering data warehouse-based solution here. Now, over these 12 years, we have captured more than 1,000 customers around the globe. We are operating development center here in Slovenia. We have branch offices around the world, like you can see, Denmark, UK, Canada for North America, and Dubai, India, near Delhi, and Singapore. So what we are delivering is out-of-the-box solution with rich content and flexibility that can be managed by customer or partner. If you want to outsource the services, then you can ask the partner. We have done a lot, really very successful projects, but actually Itera delivered these projects by themselves. We don't even get involved for this. So now what BI4Dynamics actually presents in terms of standardization is best described with this picture here. We collect your Dynamics data. We take also data from external sources. We do the data transformation. So this is adding company ID, data source ID, similar things, and the modeling. The modeling was where we do different joins. And as an engine for modeling, we use SQL Server. We do have a light option of the product also for the Power BI, for really simple modeling, but we believe data warehouse modeling on SQL is really complete, powerful, performant, and whether you have, I don't know, 1 giga or 5 terabyte of data, it will work. SQL Server Engine as a base engine will work perfectly. The data are then transformed from SQL Server to semantic layer and Power BI reports. And out of the box content is super rich. We're going to look at the reporting. And then there is a usual need to do the customization. So we provide you also with the tool that does that customization. Actually, the same tool that we built our base solution is used for doing customization here. And this is working really fine because we have done this many times. So regardless of the size of your business, size of the database industry, the base is dynamics. That's important, not so much your specifics in the business. So tables and columns, this is what matter. And you start with a very high starting point on every project here. So implementation is done in 3 to 5 days, and you get a set of 150 to 200 with 2,000 reports with 2,000 KPIs ready to run. And when you see you have specifics, you can get trained by ours, or you can watch our YouTube channel so that you can get trained to do the customization. Or you outsource this to your partner, which are fully qualified to help you with these queries here. Now, over the time, we have gathered a lot of customers around the world. They have one common feature, that they are all Microsoft Dynamics customers. Some of them are Microsoft Dynamics BC, some of them are F&O. From our perspective, we support both products. There is no differences between the BC or F&O or AX or NAV. We are supporting Dynamics implementation worldwide. Now, this was introduction about our business and a few words about our product. Now, this is architecture, either for Business Central or Finance and Operation, and the sources in this picture are both in the cloud. So it means that we take data from Business Central, or we run a Docker, which is a specialized virtual machine, to extract data to storage, and we create a data warehouse and semantic layer. If we want, we can, apart from the cloud source, integrate also on-premise like Navision or Business Central, and it will work perfectly fine because Microsoft didn't change too much the tables and columns between the versions, so that works fine. And maybe you have been working on Business Central on-prem and you are going to the cloud, or even now you want to join this. BI is the perfect place to join. You don't have to do any effort for doing this in your ERP. And the end results, you are not going to analyze data in data warehouse, but you are going to consume the data. If you have the installation on premise, you can have also a tabular model or analysis services on premises. If you have a lot of users, but the database is not that big, then you can work with Azure analysis services, where you pay for tabular model service per service. A really very popular definitely is using semantic layer. This is the old name for the cubes, where you actually connect, where the permissions are set to the Power BI. So this is where you are connecting, and this is where you're doing the development. Now, the picture for F&O in terms of architecture is similar, but the ETL process, how we get data out, slightly different. If any of you is using F&O, currently still available is export to lake. It's going to be replaced with export to Fabric and Dataverse, where we are exporting data to storage account, and then we are reading these CSV files or Parquet Delta format with Azure Synapse and injecting this into our data warehouse. Also in finance and operation, we can integrate AX 2012 R3, because this is kind of similar structure to finance and operation SaaS. If you would go to a lower version of AX, then it would not work as a connector, but it would work with some manual integration work. And this is actually what we have done, the latest project from Business Era. We have been integrating AX3 on Oracle with finance and operation on-prem. So this is working perfectly fine, and this integration part for the solution that was in use more than 20 years was part of some ETL customization, but it was not really very complicated. And the semantic layer, or where the users are connecting, semantic or business layer, is the same. You can use local analysis services, Azure analysis services, or Power BI Premium here. So this is the big picture architecture, and this is what we have been doing for 12 years. Now, as a result of this architecture, as said, we support integration of cloud and on-premise sources of the same breed of Dynamics. It would not be so easy, definitely not out of the box, to connect BC with AX or F&O. We can do, but these things work together, AX with F&O and BC with Now. The good thing is that analytics is about existing and global dimensions, so customer, vendor, item, and we can support unlimited global dimensions for F&O and up to 20 global dimensions for Business Central. We support 2 currencies. It means that you can analyze your business in local currency, and you define the corporate currency. So unit sales, the stock value, receivables, payables, and all the few hundred measures will have in both. Another good thing is that many larger organizations have also the fiscal calendar, where they decide, like Microsoft, to start the fiscal calendar on 1st of July. So sometimes the nature of the business required this or that approach. We support both. We are very Microsoft-centric product because we have been doing Dynamics for 15 years and we understand the naming convention, and we try to follow this in our application as much as possible. And of course, since we have done a lot of installation, we have a lot of automated processes in place, and one of them is also data validation. It means that when we install the first version of BI4Dynamics, we can also verify the data so that your Dynamics data and BI data match, because otherwise, why using the tool if it's not showing correct? So as a result, the model that we generate in the BI has 12 application areas. It is built on 45 in the BC and 60 in the finance and operation transactional table, or as we call this, fact. And then these are the GL entries, sales values, sales budgets, sales deliveries. There are a lot. And we have 135 or 150 dimensions. Dimensions are customer, vendor, item, location, document, sales, document, GL, similar, and the measures. The measures are quantities, values, percentages, and so on. And to start the project fast, immediately, without any effort, we provide out-of-the-box reports that enable you quick insight. Without asking any questions, we deliver the projects like this. So you just start analyzing your data with a, we believe, very mature solution that is ready to run. And what usually you do after, you add some more attributes, some more measures, adjust the Power BI reports, all Excel reports, and set up permissions and start using it. So implementation of a standard solution takes a week or 2, which is quite good because of the complexity of the solution. Sometimes this was taking months to do. Now, what I will show you is first part of presentation is to show you our out-of-the-box demo reports. So let me go our web browser, and this is BI4Dynamics web page. We're going to live demo. We have 2 options. We are just connecting live to this site here. One option of the left is example for demonstration where the model is based on Power BI, which means we connect to Business Central directly to the web services, we create model, and this is it. This is for very small companies. We are not looking at this part here. Now we are looking at the right side, and I invite you to visit this later after the presentation, because that's the goal of this exercise, so that you can see you have user and password to log in. And I'm going to be logged in automatically. Let me just see. Yeah, with my user ID and password. And this is actually what you get on day one. This is what actually every customer gets when they start BI4Dynamics. So you can see after this is going to be refreshed. And let me just wait. You can see these are the reports that are here in out of the box for, in our case, for 9 application area. We provide 12. And we also provide the reports, you can see, in Power BI. Actually, they are created from Power BI, and you can use also Power BI desktop reports. But for our presentation, it's easier to give you an insight what BI4Dynamics out of the box is. And although I'm showing you this on BI4Dynamics that is currently used, and I will show you what we are going to do with BI4Dynamics version 2. This is the content, the user experience, the measures, dimensions are going to be the same here. So this is something that you start your analysis from. You get this from BI4Dynamics, and then you explore further. Now, Power BI web is not having possibility to change the layout in this form, because this is for demonstration and people may have different ideas, but it will just give you a sneak preview of the content as we go quickly through. So we will just go through really quick through some application area to have idea what we have. So you can see this is an overview of the sales data, where we start with the sales through some profiles of the sales. Then we have some new customer, new item. Of course, there is information about profitability all across this. There are some specific KPI like gross margin, return on investment. So it's the relationship between the profit and stock value, delivery performance, and here it's a part of receivables and stock value, because it's an overview. Still, it's a sales focused. And then we go with next pages into more into some situations where there are some specifics. So let's say we have very strong time intelligence, which means for one need sales as a measure, we can create, you would not believe, 52 options or versions or time intelligence options, like year to date, year on year, last year. So we have here 3 months and 12 months moving average to smoothen up to see the trends. This is something that the engine creates by itself. And you can see year on year, year to date percentage variances. So what's also interesting, apart from the, I think, clearly marked, the names are stock value with aging, which means we defined aging baskets for 100 days, 1 year, and beyond 1 year, and you'll get insight how fast your stock are moving or not in different segments. Items out of stock. Then in this case, we can see also here it's a blend of receivables. I will not go through all the details, and I would really invite you that you go through this by yourself. You can see the colors. You do the decision based on colors. So whenever you see something red, it's not good. When you have something green, it's usually good here. And one specific of BI4Dynamics, as already explained before, you can analyze the data in your local currency, and you may have like several countries where currencies are different, and then you decide what your corporate currency, where you align different transactions from different companies. And this is requiring only one setup at the beginning, and then you can see that information are quite different, maybe not so much related to the euro or to US dollar, but if you're looking going to some other countries, you have some branch offices in Asia or somewhere else, then inflation can be different, or the exchange rate can swing. So that is resolution already for day one. Then we try to give you an idea how to capture the time intelligence also through reports. So you can see, you can analyze ready to run reports, a lot of what's going on the current year, on the current month. And yeah, we could say current month, previous month, but we suggest just to have the data which you want to analyze for previous month on its own dashboard. And you want to see, I want to see GL sales or resource sales, just select, because usually these are sometimes different profiles of business nature. And this is something where everyone wants to see this immediately, like how much services we have invoiced, how much credit memo we have given, or discounts, or anything that would be specifically related here. And then I'll not go through all the details. You can explore this by yourself, how to analyze the customer. We would suggest you to analyze an entity like customer or any other, first in the tabular format, which is this one here, then on the data dimension related, so you can see how a customer or a customer group is doing over time, and you rely on colors. You can also squeeze the information, more compress, and see how your top customers are doing. Here I have a situation for top 3, 5, and 10 customer. If you have thousands of customers, then you may have like top 10, 50, and 100. These are DAX expression, are super easy to change, but it will give you some different insight into your business. And then of course the visualizations that can be done. You choose how many columns and rows, how you are going to do by the setup. And customer really like our 360 view, where you gather this all KPI and you are focused only on one customer. And apart from the numbers that we have seen in charts before, different areas supporting document level granularity, you can see top document by bottom document, receivables open, so you can see what is overdue. You would be able to see this. But I want to show you also ranking, which is also a very smart KPI part, which means we rank existing customer or item or vendor based on other customers, items, or vendors in a relative percentile, not absolute, because you may have like 100,000, 10,000 customer, and over time may not be that clear. So if you have a relative percentile ranking, this is really good. And this is a KPI in BI4Dynamics. You just drag and drop to see how it works here, and you can see you can change the customer easily. Now the same it is for items. You can see items by date. I will not spend too much time here because I invite you really to have this experience by yourself. Here you can see also top items, how they are producing here, item charts. You can analyze also new customers or new items. These are some hacks with the DAX expression, not really super complex. And also let me just switch to Power BI desktop. I just want to show you one feature, because you may think, oh, that's a good idea to analyze new sales or new customers. And I can just tell you that it is super simple to get the formulas, because when you are in the our application here, so let's say we have our new vendors, you just tooltip and you can see the DAX expression here. So everything is transparent. Everything in our application is editable, and if you have an idea how to change, a slight change or a big change, just go ahead. We have done the base development and testing for you, and now you can use these formulas, and you can use the same, what we call pattern, in some other areas. And I think, why not? I mean, you will be much more productive if you copy what already someone developed for you. So this is something that's available across all applications, and we are taking a little more time for sales. No worries about timing here. So on the financial part, I'll just say we are supporting either account schedules or financial statement, which means that you can create your own financial statement. It can be copied in Dynamics BC from BC. If you are having AX, they are financial statement. For F&O, this has been discontinued, and you would create calculation groups. There are some videos also on our page how to do this. You can see the working with financial dimensions, region, customer group, department, support for corporate currency and local currency, and fiscal and calendar date. This is something really very useful. Now, I would not go to other application area too much because this is something that you can really explore this by yourself later. And whatever you are interested in, you can just go and explore it by yourself. What is important that I would just highlight one small thing, that whenever you are BI4Dynamics, let's say, oh, now let's say there is like 1 million overdue, and one click will show you which documents are open here. So you can see this is a list of the documents that is totaling 1 million, and this is the value here. So it's all related, it's going to work very fast, and the lowest granularity everywhere in BI4Dynamics is document here. So this is BI4Dynamics 1.0. To give you an idea, there are all other application area. I would really invite you to do the self-service. Nothing can go wrong. No one will ask you for logging in. It's public. Everyone is using it, and just go there and try to use it. Now, this was a part when I'm showing you the Power BI reports, and in BI4Dynamics 2.0 is going to stay. And I will explain the 2.0 in details. And the second part is I'll just say that, and I would invite you to look at our YouTube channel. So if you go just for a YouTube channel, not to look at a lot of content for now. Let me just show you this part here. And if you go on our YouTube channel, I would just invite you to see a lot of videos. They are also in the playlists. You may have some ideas about different playlists. Otherwise, there is a lot of content that explains specific business scenario, how you can explore it, how you can use it in different scenarios here. So this is something that I will just warmly invite you. And this is also showing you how actually all the customization that we do on the top of existing solution is without writing a code. We are setting up, and then the SQL code and XMLAs are generated, and they are generated correctly because our engine is taking care about this. So you may say, wow, that's a great solution. If it's for free, give it on. Well, we charge something just to continue the development, and we don't charge a lot, I think. At least you can ask 1,000 customers, and but there is always something you can improve, especially in the software world. And we are creating BI4Dynamics 2.0. So what is the 2.0? Well, first, everything that you have seen in terms of the content and or flexibility, which I didn't show, but you can believe me that everything can be changed. This is already there. So the add-on or the difference or the upgrade is integration with Microsoft Fabric. Everything goes to the cloud, to Fabric storage engine, to compute engine. And as a result of integration that we do with the resources and services in Fabric and the resources and services that are sourced like Business Central Cloud or Finance and Operation, we can install, or actually you can install data warehouse-based solution in the cloud in half an hour. So you will be able to get automatically generated the license based on the your license key, and following the installation wizard, someone with the right permission to manage these resources, probably not every consultant, but someone with permissions or delegated permission, you will be able to generate, deploy the same solution that I'm demonstrated, the same delivery as you have seen in my presentation. But that's only the start. So we go further because this platform will allow us to go beyond the data warehouse. Now we'll have a standardized environment on our customers. We know the Fabric, and we can give you more options beyond the data warehouse. The data warehouse is great. We are adding some application area, improving it every 6 months, but the concept and the content and the reports is already there for 12 years. So what we are doing, the extension or beyond the data warehouse, are example with new Power BI visuals and the reports, because Microsoft is investing a lot into this area. Same. We're supporting new patterns. So what is a new pattern? So for example, last transaction information or new customers, new items. These are the patterns. Relationships are patterns based on the DAX expression. Plus, we are going to kind of reintroduce the data scientists. We had done the project 6 years ago, and it is an add-on solution now within the Fabric about the forecasting based on data warehouse from BI4Dynamics. So this is our focus, and this is BI4Dynamics 2.0. And I'm super motivated to deliver something that hasn't been delivered to SMB segment yet. Of course, there are custom projects, costs a lot. We charge only a fraction of this what we deliver here. So what is BI4Dynamics SaaS? Real quick. So we are using a Fabric capacity. We are using Fabric engines like data warehousing and data engineering. We are going to use Synapse data scientists for forecasting with R, but currently these two engines are the engines that we are looking for. And the data are residing not on your SQL server, but on one lake. So the server, compute engine, and storage engine are detached, which is really very good. So the data are stored on a separate part, and when you don't need a compute engine, you don't have to pay this. I think you already know this concept here. So this page is only for our friends using finance and operation. Just a mark, as you may know, export to data lake, which is an add-on feature that enables export of the tables into data lake, is going to be deprecated. So at the same time, when we are creating BI4Dynamics SaaS, we are creating the first version will be built on finance and operation because they are in a hurry, right? In October, there is no longer export to data lake, and we have a lot of customers who have to switch to different ETL. This ETL is based on Dataverse, and it gives 3 options how to transform the data. I will not go into these details. We will support all of them. Currently, we are working on this and this. Export a Synapse link using CSVs and transform them with Synapse serverless and SQL endpoint in one lake, where the service is fully managed by Microsoft. For some of you who are not in Dynamics, these are really big and important changes. That's why I'm noticing it. There are not such changes in the Business Central at the moment. This is the ETLing part. You would not believe we are discussing about the ETL because the data warehouse has to be adjusted. And then we said, okay, apart from the changes that we have on the desktop solution, we are going to do also the change with BI4Dynamics SaaS, where we are hosting data warehouse in Fabric. So we are doing the changes at this time here. So just quickly, what SaaS solution will have. So in terms of the storage engine, we are going to use medallion architecture, where the sources that are not 100% of high quality are imported into the what is called usually with this methodology a bronze layer, which is further transformed, cleaned, that you get it into the silver. All Dynamics data are of high grade. You can put them directly into the silver layer. That will be kind of in the data warehouse term a staging area, where you are appending company ID and data source and timestamp for incremental, and then data warehouse facts and dimensions are created here. So this is where the main transformation happens. Now the engine, as explained before, are detached, which means you choose which engine you use from Fabric, and you pay for that engine at the time when you are running. Super good. And you can see this. This is for engineering, so it means to get data from external sources and Dynamics. To do the transformation, this is a SQL engine, and this is where we are going to do beyond data warehouse project with forecasting. Everything is run through BI4Dynamics portal, application server, where we control the access, and semantic layer or analytical part is outside of the Fabric. We don't do anything new. And you have still the choices of doing it in Azure Analysis Services, Power BI Premium, or you can use it also maybe more for development purposes, semantic layer within the Fabric here. I think it will be less popular for end user adoption here. So we are using all Microsoft Power Platform and Azure service. There is unbelievably a lot of integration of these services. It is really amazing how much integration Microsoft can offer, and we are using it off from Dynamics services, Power Platform, and Azure. And we are integrating and getting benefit of security, cost management, interoperability, and you don't even know that services exist, and they are super important for integrating all into one web-based solution here. And this is what's happening already for 8 months at BI4Dynamics, and we are on the good path here. Now, this picture is interesting. After me talking a lot, this is a true for real picture. It just means that we installed BI4Dynamics Cloud. We need consent to use these services in Fabric. So in Azure, you need all of these services in order for BI4Dynamics to run. So this is quite a lot of services, which is good. It's good that also Microsoft gives us this integration super simple, and we really are happy to work with this. So what is then beyond data warehouse? Now, we have data warehouse already for 12 years. We have done 1,000 times. So what can we do more? Now, here are the things. Microsoft is giving us more options because they are creating new Power BI visuals. So we'll do that. We'll explore the new visuals and say, hey, how can this be used in BI4Dynamics scenario based on the BI4Dynamics data? We will do this for you. Or there are a lot of DAX expressions when, if we are organizing this into some meaningful business process, then you have a pattern, what is called like new transactions, last transactions, stop something. These are really smart patterns that if you have a base source tables, you can standardize, you can give the solution to the users. That's very good. And we have done this. This is how the development is done. And then we are going to work also on this forecasting model with data scientists based on BI4Dynamics data. So, for example, one thing is how to find, this is beyond data warehouse, beyond 60 transactional table, 150 dimensions, 2,500 measures. That is extra here. So you'll be able to use, this is one example from Microsoft, a relationship between different categories. Are the relationship like horsepower and cylinders related or not? Of course, we are looking at the relationship between Microsoft Dynamics dimensions. And we are going to look for the patterns, like at customer card, we are looking to look some patterns, how customer behave about profitability, payment habits, or how items are slow moving, returns or anything. We are going to use forecasts. The forecast, it means that you are observing the pattern, how the one measure of sales quantity, profit, need change is evolving over time. And we have done 6 years ago, you can see this is a picture from our screen for our YouTube channel 6 years ago, already the projects with R, with forecasting. Now the R is integrated in data scientist part of Fabric, which means it's there, you don't use it. You just have to use it, but it's not that easy. It's a new language, it's a new concept, different patterns have to be done. We have this experience. So I can tell you from our experience, we have done supermarket chain, big supermarket chain, where we created the forecast. They already knew everything because they were growing 3% a year. There is more lamp in the Ramadan, there is more this in that time. It was there. So it was not a big insight. I'm telling you extremes. And then we are doing the same forecasting for oil and gas service provider, where activities are based only exclusively or mostly on the price of oil. So that was not easy to project, because you cannot project the price, because if the price goes up, they have money and they do a lot of activities here. But anything in between are 90% of our customers. So that's going to be a really interesting part here. So what we have as part of the timeline, we will have a first public preview of BI4Dynamics on SaaS in few days. We are hosting, we are presenting at Dynamics Minds, a conference of Dynamics community in Porto Roche, which is just 1.5 hours from here. You would not believe it came to Slovenia. We're super excited. And the finance and operation, because they are discontinued this ETL process, is on the first spot. So we are working now on finance and operations so that for existing client, we can migrate in September, October, existing client. This is just telling you what we are doing at this time. So if you are interested, you can get more information and we can start POCs in August. Now for the Business Central, we will use the same engine, the same concept. So this usually means 80% of the work is done when you do the first solution. That's our experience. So we are going to develop in October, November, the model on the BC, same cloud for Fabric, and we'll start the POCs in December so that we can go live with new projects in January. Now, if you are ready to start, then you can contact Itera. They are really nice guys. Been working 10 years and always pleasant working with them. I would say for us, these installations are business as usual. They don't cost you anything. You can experience everything on your data. It's free, and before you go anywhere, you know what you get and how much is going to cost you, and there are no risks involved with this. So we would say we are nice guys, like the guys from Itera. And yeah, so this was my contribution to this webinar. Do you have any questions? Are there in the chat box any questions, please? Let me just see. Okay, I think we are good. So I would thank you everyone for today's session. Invited to Porto Roche. The session, we'll have 3 sessions. You can come for a free drink on our booth. If not, we'll meet on another conference. Otherwise, this is an exciting period for BI4Dynamics, exciting period for business intelligence. Technologies are evolving. We are trying to keep up, and we try to share these benefits to you. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye.